It was not that I had a kind of unfulfilled desire or a passion that it was driving me that I must write an autobiography. It was friends who prompted me to and gave me a direction. How? Each time I used to narrate a story, I used to engage them. They used to listen very carefully how I engage, narrate a story. And even as a child, I had attentive listeners. Maybe perhaps my voice, my story narration style attracted them, and it may have foreshadowed a kind of a forecasted my life in film. And as I grew up, my experiences became richer. I went to places, I met people, and things started happening, striking, extraordinary situations, extraordinary happenings and adventures, extraordinary people. So all this started filling me, and each time I came back, and my friends would again over having a drink, they would say, "Narrate a story, please narrate a story." So I'll narrate a story of my trip to, say, London or Paris or south of France or whatever. They used to be mesmerized, and very often, people said, "Wow, when you narrate a story, you paint a picture. They can imagine everything." And somebody said, "Why don't you write a book?" For a moment, there was a kind of an emptiness in my mind. Then this flood of memories started coming in, pouring and pouring and pouring in. Wow. When I started writing the first few, notes. Then they came gushing in, and I used to be awake till 3 o'clock in the night, so excited, wide-eyed, no sleep. I must finish this. I must finish this more and more. Like this, in a period of 11 months, you asked me why I wrote this story, because it warranted attention, because I could not have not told my story to so many people, my fans, my well-wishers, people who know me from far and wide. So people have been calling me and congratulating me, and my book, The Best Mistakes of My Life, has become the bestseller. My wife looks at me quizzically. She says, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yes, I'm serious." He says, "You know the responsibilities of writing an autobiography?" I said, "Of course. Truth has to be spoken, facts have to be written. I'm very aware of that. I know what I'm going to write. I've written what I've written with an honesty, openness, without fear or favor to anybody. As it happened, how it happened, I've reported it like a good reporter. And when I was writing, I knew my children would have faith in me, and so therefore I wrote on. And none of my children ever asked me, ever, not a single question, "Papa, Dad, are you going to write this? Are you going to write?" No. They respect me a lot. I respect them a lot. There's a mutual, happening in our family. So they knew that I was going to do the right thing. And the first people who read my book was my family, my wife, and my children. And they gave me a report card immediately. He said, "Wow, if I'm writing my autobiography, I write it myself." So everything has been done by me. So everything, every comma, full stop, grammar, punctuations, everything. And I had to write my story. How can I ask somebody to narrate? Because I, I was simply quite surprised at some of the big stars. The autobiography is written by some biographer, and no justification. I mean, you don't get excited reading it. It's so cut and dry. I said, my autobiography cannot be like this. So I have got to plan it like a film. Open with something, and then suddenly, bang, I come with My Soul's Fire Tragedy, Part 1, and expose the minds of the people. Look, this guy has gone through this, and then slowly I come into other things. Yeah. You see, I have experienced so many extraordinary situations in my life. The book is full of it, and some of them were so like a dream, like you could not believe the thing this was being offered to you. I've explained it in my book. Some of the best things which I have thought they would be harmful to me or society or my family, though I could have been one of the richest men in the world, I refused to take those calls. And those are my best mistakes. Tell me something, is there a man alive or born in the dawn of history from the time of the dawn of time, you can say, any man who has never made a mistake? We all make mistakes. So when we make mistakes, we regret it. Try not to repeat those mistakes. Those type of mistakes, I am sure I've done many. When the moon was offered for me in one hand and the sun was in another hand, I didn't take it. It's written in the book. Why I didn't take it? Because it has a ramifications. It was a kind of a self-service. Because I'm an altruist. I believe that I must do things for people. The concern and welfare for other people, the regard and concern for the welfare of the other people is most utmost in me. The altruism always takes me, but unknowingly I cannot harm somebody.
Okay.
So this because of that I have not taken a position, as I said, huge opportunities. I also turn them as my best mistakes. If you see them in totality,
Okay.
why I did it. I could have been central minister for 4 times over. I could have been member of parliament 6 times over. जो समझने वाले हैं समझ लेते हैं, उन्हें ना समझे अनाड़ी हैं. तो लाइफ का एक दस्तूर है और उस दस्तूर से हम उसको लेकर चलना चाहते हैं आगे. हमें खुशी है कि इस मुकाम पर हम पहुँचे हैं. I'm very happy I have achieved whatever I have achieved. I may not have achieved the pinnacle of some people would say, ये नहीं मिला, वो नहीं मिला. It doesn't matter. Whatever I have achieved it honorably and honestly, with no crisis of conscience. There is no crisis of conscience in me. I'm a Muslim. I'm proud to say I'm an Indian Muslim. I love my country. I love my religion. I love my country as much as my religion. I love my religion as much as my country. But in all analysis, my country comes first to me. Now the Muslim situation is such, they are rotting like dust on the windowsill. With a strong gush of wind, it's gone. It's gone with the wind. Or the young boys who are not educated, who don't have a job because of their ignorance, don't have a place in society, they don't have a identity. So that guy could do serious damage to my nation. He could fall in the hands of the wrong people, and they can become a local danger, internal danger. That is the worst kind of a danger. India has never been defeated from outside powers. It always has been defeated from enemies within. So I am after those people by showing the way of Islamic way, teaching, learning. The Prophet, the first word he heard from God was Ikra, learn. I said, I can do something to serve my country. So I've crafted out an extraordinary book. It's titled Assalamu Alaikum Watan. So this book has a meaning, a relevance in today's times. So this is my book as a thanksgiving to my nation for giving me what they have so far. You see, I have nothing against anybody making anything glorifying any Indian king and emperor. But what the present trend is more Hindutva. It is just glorifying Hindu rulers. They were very great Muslim rulers too. And forget even a guy like Alauddin Khilji, who they make him tyrannize him. He fought the Mongols who invaded India twice, defending India on the borders of Afghanistan. Shah Jahan fought the Mongols. Even Aurangzeb fought the Mongols to keep them away from India. So these are the various things. Now, why don't they make a story on 1857, for example? I, I am going to make one glorifying the Hindu-Muslim struggle against the freedom struggle, the first war of independence, where Nana Sahib Peshwa, the Bahadur Shah Zafar, Maulvi Azimullah, Kantiya Tope, Rani Jhansi, they were all together in this. They were all together in this. They fought together. So why don't we make pictures like that? I'm happy if somebody else has made Sanjay Leela Bhansali's pictures. Very good films he makes. He makes very good films. But an overdose of only Hindu rulers, as if Muslims are never there. It goes, a big question mark comes on that. Where is the pride in the work, the artistic side, the achievement? I would rather celebrate what a film, what a making. Cameron film, you see Avatar or some great film, you say great film. If it's making money, it should not. When they talk money first, 200 crores, 500 crores, it is, believe me, it is sickening. It is sickening. I abhor it. Talk about the merits of the film and what the film has done, what creative art. We should be more matured. Here we fail when we say my film 300 crore, 400 crore. Believe me, I don't respect such people. I love this guy. They're two young boys, Ranveer and Ranbir. Ranbir Kapoor in the role of Sanju Dutt. Amazing. And Ranveer, I'm a great fan of his. In the role of Alauddin Khilji and Peshwa. And I believe Gully Boys has done well. He's a great actor. And Ranveer is a great actor. And there are so many other young boys coming up. I think they are more meaningful than the earlier lot. You see, the earlier lot. I will herald an actor like Ranbir or Ranveer. There's many more, if I'm not mentioning, they will be in the same kitty. But not those guys, I'm the 300 club and 400 club or 500 club. They don't come in the reckoning of my scheme of things. See, when life is uh, life is a very strange journey. You never know what happens. You get up in the morning and something happens in the day. So, God forbid, if any one of you get into a situation where it's life threatening, an unbelievable thing has happened to you, you say, my God, what am I? How did I get into such situations? I would say, please use your courage to defeat your fear. Please do not lose heart. The resilience in the human mind and body is far greater than you think. I am an example, a living example of coming back virtually from the dead. I was resurrected like a phoenix. Why? Because I believed in myself.